Hey everybody, what's up? Sorry that my voice sounds kind of weird today. The new job is kicking my butt, and I've been really sick over the last few days, and still have to work, so. Anyways, get straight into the point. I want to show you guys Super Smash Bros. Wii U. I got sent a copy by Nintendo, and they'd like me to talk about it if I'm up for it. And I really do want to talk about it because I think this game is amazing. For some background on me, I was a pretty competitive Smash Bros. Melee player for local tournaments. I never won anything, so that gives you my level of skill. I'm okay. Sorry. Anyways, I did not like Brawl at all. The slow pace of the game just really irritated me, and I hardly ever played it. But I love this game. This game is really, really great. And there's a lot of features I can't really show because they're not working yet. Like, I can't show you the online mode right now. But it all seems to function pretty similarly to the 3DS version. If you have that, then these games are, the two are very, very similar in their look and feel. The menus are all the same, which is kind of a shame. I don't really like the menus in this game. I think they're kind of confusing. But gameplay is where it's at, right? That's what matters. Here's the 8-player Smash, which is exclusive to this version of the game, the Wii U version. It's a little too crazy for me, but it's there for you if you want to try it out. But the thing I love about this game is just how much customization it offers. Which I think is great. It gives you a choice to play the game however you want. First of all, you have a lot of choices in terms of control. So you can use the Wii U gamepad, which is what I'm using right now, and it actually functions pretty well. It was a little weird at first, kind of hard to get used to the wide structure of the controller, but after playing it for a while, I actually really enjoy playing on this controller. I think it's really good. I've also tried, as you can see in the bottom left there, plugging in the Wii Controller Pro into the Wiimote, which I don't like as much. I don't love that controller. I don't like the sticks on it. And I have not yet tried the Wii U Controller Pro. I want to buy one maybe in the next week or so and give that a shot. And then I can let you guys know on Twitter or something what I think of that. But thank goodness they have also given the option of playing on the GameCube controller, which is probably going to be the method of choice for anyone who's hardcore into these games. They unfortunately didn't send us an adapter. There are a lot of other guys who got pre-release copies of this game that were given controller adapters for the GameCube controller. I don't know why they didn't give us one, but I was kind of upset about that. You can use the Wii and the nunchuck. I don't know why you'd want to do that because it sucks. You could play with the Wii remote sideways, or you can actually use your Nintendo 3DS. So if you've been playing the game on 3DS and you got used to the way it feels, you could actually use that as a controller, so that's pretty cool. It's just, the number of options available to you are mind-blowing. It's like, you have no excuses anymore. You can play this game however you want to. You can also customize the controller layout. I should have just stayed in there, sorry about that. So you can come in here and totally switch out the entire layout of your controller, which is awesome. The way it starts by default, I've actually switched the shoulder buttons around. By default, it puts the grab buttons on ZL and ZR, and it puts shield on R and L, and I did not like that. The way that your hands naturally rest on the controller, your fingers rest on ZR and ZL, and I like to dodge a lot, so I switched those around so that shield and dodging is done on ZL and RL, and grabbing is done on R and L. Otherwise, this is exactly the default layout, which I'm happy with. So, on top of that, And for those who have played the 3DS version of the game, by the way, this is the entire roster. I've unlocked everybody. So you are looking at the completed roster for Smash Wii U. No other secret characters. The game told me you've unlocked everyone, you're good to go. So the roster is identical to the 3DS version. No surprises here whatsoever. So if that's disappointing to you, I apologize. Anyways, I really like Shulk. For those of you who watch my channel, I'm big into RPGs. So I was really happy when they announced this character, and he has not disappointed me so far, so I'll go ahead and use him. Switch over to my controller layout. And let's just play like a level 8 computer on random. So one thing I love about this game, again, is the customization it offers. So there's all these different stages. I'm sure I haven't unlocked all of them yet. But a lot of stages, they give you hazards, environmental hazards. In this one, Ridley comes down and fights against you. And if you attack it a bunch of times, then you can actually get it on your team and it can fight for you. There's a lot of levels where it's like you have to jump from platform to platform as the level evolves. And a lot of times when you don't know what's going to happen, that can kind of be a little bit unfair and chaotic. In this one, the Mega Man stage, again, I'm sorry, I'm not huge into Mega Man lore, so I apologize if I don't know character names and things like that. But this big yellow guy comes down and he, fires like lasers across the screen on both sides. So there are environmental hazards like that. I'm so sorry that I'm losing my voice. Anyways, a lot of competitive players like to turn off things like items because it takes away a lot of that random luck sort of aspect to the game and just makes you rely on your skill versus the skill of the other player. And they've added to that again by giving you the option. If you see my cursor here, it's switching to this Omega icon. And if you use Omega on any of these levels, they have a final destination version of that level. So let me show you what I mean. Let's do this Star Fox level, Orbital Gate. This is my favorite level in the whole game so far. Now watch what this level does. I'm not going to spend too much time, fighting. You start on the Great Fox here. I just want to see how it evolves, so you guys get a sense for how this works. See, you get some ships that come over. They can take you off the screen, but then you need to get down here onto this platform, right? So the stage is kind of evolving. Eventually this ship will get blown up and you'll have to move to a different one. Right, here it comes, so it's going to blow up. And it can actually hurt you, the explosion. And you fall down and die. Right, so there's these environmental hazards like this. It got both of us there. I want to go through the entire evolution because it's just really sweet. And back on here again. He's going to explode on that side. There's 30 seconds left in the battle here. There we go. Get back into this. And I think after this it'll reset. There we go. And then it resets to the beginning. Guess we might as well finish the battle. So there you go. Oh, fetch. That was bad. I was on an angle there. There we go. So, so you can play the level as it was designed, or you can choose the Omega version. Okay, so Omega version of the same level. And you basically get just a flat stage, like Final Destination, basically, with a different background. And this one kind of shows the battle station. If you ever played Star Fox Assault, there was a big battle at this battle station, or at this space station. So that'll be recognizable to those who played that game, but it's just a really beautiful environment, and totally different from the last version of the level that we played here. So that's really cool. It gives you options. It gives you options to play the game competitively or for fun, and to introduce the chaos that the series is known for, or to make it more of just player versus player, skill on skill, you know? Which I think is awesome, because there are some people like me who just want to see, you know, your skill versus my skill. I don't want any of these, you know, hazards in the environment messing with, you know, the game. I just want to see you versus me, who's better. I generally like to play this game one-on-one. So that's just kind of my play style. But, you know, there are other people who like playing it a different way. And so, like, the point of this is that it gives you choice. And that's really nice. A feature of this game that I really enjoy. And the level of customization just in everything. I mean, this is just one aspect that I've enjoyed. But it does it in so many other ways as well, and I'll show that off. Okay, so, one other thing I wanted to show you before wrapping this up is, and this is not new to anyone who's been playing it on the 3DS version. This video is more for people who either don't have a 3DS, maybe don't even have a Wii U, but are interested in this game and want to see some of its features before making the decision to buy an entire console for one game or something like that. You can actually customize the characters themselves. So you have like 10 different layouts that you can create per character. And you can customize their stats based on equipment that you pick up in the single player modes, like classic mode and all-stars and things like that. So sorry guys, I'm really struggling here. Anyways, you pick up all these different like equipment in those modes, and you can use them to increase your strength or your speed or your defense. And I assume that there are a whole lot more, obviously, than this that you can unlock. And obviously, there's a large meter here to fill up, and this particular badge only increases it by a little bit. So I'm sure you can stack these and eventually create a version of Link, let's say, or a version of Shulk, who I have, who's like really, really fast, but maybe doesn't have quite the attack power that the normal version has. Or vice versa, one that has lots of attack power, but maybe doesn't have as much defense. And you can create, again, a bunch of versions of the same character, and use them in different situations. So you might find that Link is really weak against a certain character by default, but your created version might have a better advantage over that character. And so you might want to switch to that version. Now the way you do that is you go into Smash here, and you can do the same thing for your Mii as well. That's what that other icon was there, the Mii fighters. And that's kind of a big new addition too. So I've kind of been working on like a speedy version of Mii here. That's a sword fighter. So there's 3 different types of fighters you can create. A sword fighter, a brawler, like hand-to-hand, fisticuffs, and then a gunner, kind of like Samus or something like that. And you can customize their movesets too. That's another thing that's cool. It's just amazing the amount of control they give you. But when you come into here, this is obviously the default Link, but custom fighters up here in the corner. Turn that on. Then come down here. There we go. Okay, I just had to select him again. So I come and select him again. You can choose the default Link, or you can come down and choose one of the layouts that you've made on your profile for that character. So I've only made one, but if I had made more, they would have showed up underneath. And you can even choose them by random too, just to make it, interesting. So that's really cool. So you can make a fast Link. That's one of the complaints a lot of people have about Link, is that he's a little bit slow by default. So if you want to make a faster version, you can do that. And then again, you want to disable that, just come up here and turn the custom fighters off. And they're all reset back to their defaults. So that is really cool. And then let me show you some of the game modes. Let's try 8-player Smash, just so you guys can see how insane this is. Who am I going to be this time? Maybe I should be one of the new characters so you guys can see. Oh, that's another thing I should talk about, is clone characters, okay? So Lucina, she's a new character, but she's a clone of Marth, a little bit faster, and a little bit less powerful. Robin is a new character, totally unique moveset, not a clone of anybody. But the clone characters, for the most part, I know a lot of people are disappointed with that sort of thing, like Dark Pit and Pit being separate characters. It's like, what the fetch? They have the same moveset. Why would you do that? But for other clone characters, they've changed them. Falco is no longer a clone of Fox. They have a totally different moveset now, which I thought was very interesting. And I think there was one other clone set that was like that too. I can't remember which one it was right now. But I think they went through pretty good lengths to individualize old characters and change their movesets. Sheik's moveset is pretty different. Link's moveset is actually a little bit different now. He has kind of this jump attack when you're running at a player and you press the A button. Instead of just doing a slash, he does kind of this jump attack, which is a little different than before. Sheik has a bunch of different moves because they no longer transform into each other, Zelda and Sheik. So the down B is different for both of them, but the over B is also different for Sheik. So, pretty interesting. Anyways, I'm gonna play as. Let's just play as Falco, even though I'm not a Falco player, just so you guys can see how his moveset is different. I'm gonna turn all these on level 3 because you guys are gonna see how freaking nuts this is. It's insane. And you only have certain stages available to you in 8-player Smash because they need to be bigger, as you can imagine. So this Legend of Zelda Temple, this is an old standby. It's a huge level. This one's pretty big. They have this big version of Battlefield. This level's pretty cool. The Gaur Plain, I actually don't like this stage in its default. I like to switch this over to the Omega version. You can't do that in 8-player Smash. But anyways, let's just go with classic Battlefield. Not classic Battlefield, 8-man Smash version of Battlefield. Okay, so as you can see, his smash attack is different. He's kind of using his hands or wings, I guess, as his smash attack rather than the kick that Fox does. Over B still does that kind of quick attack there. His up and A is different. His air up and A is different. That's a really powerful move for Fox, where you up air somebody. Falco no longer has that. His down smash is the same. He doesn't get very many shots. He gets about 3 shots and he has to reset his gun there. Yeah, his up air, or I'm sorry, his not up air, but just up smash attack is a little different than Fox's. So yeah, I mean, he feels a little different. Feels a lot different than Fox now, but a little bit different than how he felt in previous games. So, I mean, that's maybe good or bad news. If you were a Falco main before, maybe you won't like that. For those of you who are like kind of upset about how many clones are in this game, maybe you'll appreciate the fact that they've changed them up a little bit. But as you can see, I mean, if I were playing this on higher level CPUs, this would just be absolutely nuts. It's kind of hard to follow. It's complete insanity. And if I had added, you know, I don't even know where I am right now. There I am. If I had added, what do you call it, items into this, you can imagine just how crazy this could get. Alright, so there's 8-man smash. What else should I show you guys before wrapping this up? There are certain things I can't show because they're not ready yet. Amiibo support is not implemented in the game yet. That'll be, I think, a day 1 update. So we're not allowed to even use those yet. We got a couple of Amiibo from Nintendo, but we're not allowed to use them yet. Let's see if there's just some different modes. You can kind of just set up your own, what do you call this, like rules for Smash if you want. You can customize all that stuff. Again, huge amount of customization in the game. It is my favorite aspect of the whole game, is just the amount of customization. Now, if you connect to your 3DS version of the game, you can also bring in your custom characters from the 3DS version into this version, so that's cool. Your Miis as well as your custom default characters that you've, you know, changed the stats for. Challenges, these are more or less, you unlock one and it'll kind of like illuminate the 4 that are around it, and you can kind of see different challenges the game gives you, like clear 100-man smash for the first time, or get a max combo of 30 or more in training, and you can kind of go through and just complete a whole bunch of challenges in the game. There's a lot more than just this one, this one, I don't know what you call it. There's all these tiles on this one sheet, I guess, but there are several sheets, so you can complete this sheet, move on to another one. At least that's how it is on 3DS version. And then, yeah, for solo you got your classic mode. That's exactly what you would think it is. All Stars, where you go through and fight all the characters in reverse order of when they were first unveiled. So obviously you'd play like Mario towards the back end of that because he was created in 1983, I think it was. Pac-Man was before that, so Link would have been in 1986. Anyways, so you kind of fight them in reverse order of when the character was, you know, created. And for everything else, I don't know. I guess this has been kind of a long video, so I'll kind of stop there. If you guys have any more questions about it, I'll try to answer them, either in the comments or on Twitter. I really love this game. I totally recommend it. It's worth getting a Wii U for. It feels a lot more like Melee. It's much faster paced than Brawl is. You can choose to play it however you want to. The level of customization is freaking unbelievable. It's awesome. If you're like me, you want just 1v1 somebody without all the environmental hazards and items, you can choose to do that on any level you want now, rather than just playing Final Destination over and over again, or Battlefield over and over again. Or if you want the big, chaotic, just fun party feel to it, turn the items all on super high frequency and play 8-player Smash on the most hazardous level possible and just let chaos ensue. You can totally do any of that. Anything you want. It's awesome. And I'm really grateful that they've implemented this much customization into the game. It really allows you to structure your experience to whatever you want it to be. So, with that said, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. I am currently, more than halfway through Final Fantasy VIII right now. Haven't had tons of time to play now that I'm working so much, but I'll try to get that review out as soon as I can. If you have any questions about that, feel free to ask. Alright guys, later. Peace.